My name is Genevieve. I'm a paleoanthropologist and rock art researcher, and I am here to continue the ongoing Q&A series for Cave Art 101 with World of Paleoanthropology. More questions, and so great, they're so broad, there's always such a range. Really interesting, almost like sort of rhetorical thought experiment question in a way today from Michael. So Michael wanted to know, how would our ability to understand the meaning of the signs change if instead of it being like 30,000 plus years of history, what if all of the symbols were made within 100 years of each other? So the idea being is that there's one set of symbols being used in one time frame only. Well, first of all, that would be so much easier. So I would say that off the bat would be like, from a researcher point of view, it'd be incredible. Because one of the biggest challenges with the signs, frankly, is the idea that meanings change over time. And even if people are still continuing to use the same symbol, it doesn't mean it held the same meaning across time as well. Meanings can vary a bit. And so that's one of the things I'm always really cautious about, maybe even a little nervous about when it comes to signs across, like, signs that were made at 40,000 versus signs that were made at 10,000. The chances of it being the same people and having held the same meaning for 30,000 years, the culture is going to be different. Potentially, it could be a whole new genetic group of people who came in completely unrelated to anybody who was there before using the symbols. So all of those things make it incredibly complicated. So if we could compress it down to just one band of time and just look at the symbols within that band of time, we could, with a much greater degree of confidence, say, okay, well, these are all related to each other, first of all, and likely their meaning was pretty steady across like a 100-year period. So I think at that point we'd be much more likely to, get a sense of what the signs may have meant, because it's one culture, one genetic group, probably one set of practices and religious beliefs, one lifestyle for hunting, gathering, everything, would be way easier. So really fun thought experiment. And what's so interesting that you mentioned that, though, is that being able to create that kind of snapshot in time is actually one of the things I've been trying to think about. Are there ways we could actually do that? So it's a really good question on your part, because that might allow us to gain some more insight, right? So this is partially where I'm really interested in better dating techniques and in being able to do what I would call time bracketing. So that idea of creating an upper and lower sort of start and finish point. If we were able to do that, we probably actually could. I mean, again, we're never necessarily going to really understand, but at least maybe get more of a sense of what were they depicting and what's the context the signs were being used in. So I think it could be quite valuable. So thanks, Michael. That was a good, fun question for you to bring up.